Hello friends, welcome back on my channel. Let's start learning with me. We are discussing Angular and this is the second video of this series. So before moving to our next topic, please like and subscribe my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. So in the previous video, we have discussed what is Angular, software and the skill requirements. So today our topic is single page versus multi-page application and how to dev environment. Definitely we will create a new application. So a single page application versus the multi-page application, we are going to discuss both of them individually in detail, and we will also going to discuss how it is different from the multi-page application. Let's discuss multi-page application first, and later on we will discuss the single page application. Multi-page application. As name already described, multi-page. So which means we are dealing with a multi-page. So on our server we will have multiple pages. Suppose we have an application, take a name as an abc.com, and which is published on one server. Okay, this is our server, and here we have few pages. One page, two page, third page, and the fourth one. Okay, this one is login page, registration page, about page, home page. Okay, so on the server we are having, we will have four pages. Okay, the extension of page might be vary from the application to application. If we are using .NET application, then these pages might be have ASPX extension. If we have Java, then these might be the JSP pages or any HTML pages. Okay, so we having the four page. So here we have one browser where this one is our client. Okay, so our client entered any URL, suppose http abc.com. Okay, so the user request the abc.com to the browser. So every URL is associated with at least one single page. So this might be an login page or home page. In most of the application, the first page is the domain page is the home page. So we can use the home.aspx or home.jsp, or this is an optional part. So we are not going to use this. So user enter abc.com. So what browser does is send a request to the server where our application is deployed. So the application architect process this request and check the required page. So as we are suppose we are just expecting the login page, so it's going to load login page. So browser will process that request and send a response to the browser with the login page. So here login page will be rendered. Okay, so the home page might be the any page, the registration page, about us page, home page. So we are taking an example that abc.com is associated with the login page. So when browser send a request with an abc.com, so application process that request and send the response with the login.html file. So here we are receiving login.html file from the server. So the browser will render the abc.com. So now suppose we have some link here, we have some button on login page. Okay, these are our buttons on the login page. So suppose this button is used for about us, this button is used for contact us, this button is used for registration page. So whenever user click on any page, let's suppose about us, so browser in this case in the multi-page application again going to send a request to the server. Okay, so now we are clicked on about us page. So again our application compiler process that request and check the required page. So now our request is for about page. So about page will be compiled and sent back to the browser in the response. So now we have received the about us page and the about us page will be loaded here on the browser. Okay, suppose in a similar way user click on registration page, again browser will send an request to the server process that request and send the response. So in this way request and response work in the multi-page application. So now every time browser send a request to the server and server send a complete page to the browser and complete re-rendering will be happen on the browser side. Okay, in this way the multi-page application architect work. So now just think in this way the communication channel take so much time because we are just sending a request and server process that request and compile the compile page will be sending the response and the complete rendering of the page will be happen again. But in the single page application, now let's discuss the single page application. In single page application, we are not going to request every time to the server for any page. Let's take an example. Let's delete this all. Okay, this one our server. Remove the whole part. So this is our server again. Here we have our browser. So in single page application, instead of having the multiple pages, we are using one single page, which is main page. Let's take it's a index.html. Index.html or home page. By default in the Angular, we are using the index.html. So I'm using the same. And we are also having other pages as well, like these are the 4 pages which we used in multi-page application. Home page, login page, contact us, about us. So we are having 4 these pages as well on the server. So index pages act as a layout page. So because here we might have some header part, here we might have navigation, left navigation, or footer. Okay, this one our footer. So and this place is the place where our other page content will be shown. So we are going to use some placeholder here. Placeholder. This placeholder is going to replace with the content of these pages. So The index.html page is treated as a layout page. It's a layout page. And all these pages are count as partial pages because they only contains information related to their respective page. Like login page will contain only 2 fields and few buttons. So these are the partial pages. In Angular we are using the term component. These are the individual components. So Angular is built within a collection of components. So we are using some small components to create a big application in Angular. So now we are having one layout page and few components, or called as partial pages. The bundle of this, the collection of the layout page and the components is bundled in the single module. So we call this as a module. So module is what? Module is a collection of components, services, pipes, directives. We are going to discuss all these things in details in upcoming videos. What is component, what is directive, what is services, and what is pipes. So now we are having one module space. Let's take it name as user module. So when user entered any URL abc.com, same as in the previous the multi-page application part. So in the single page application, browser send a request to the server process that request. Now our application is a single page application, not the multi-page application now. So instead of responding to the required page, the server will compile this complete module and send to the browser. Now we are not going to receive the single page like the home page, login page, contact us. We will receive the complete module within the response. So now we have received the complete module. Now we at the browser end we are having all these partial pages as well. So index page will be loaded here with the might be the default placeholder is replaced with the home page or the login page as per the design of the application. Okay, so index page will be loaded, suppose with the home page, and we on the navigation bar we are having few buttons for the login, contact, and about us button, and these pages reside in the browser memory. All these pages reside in the browser memory. Now we are having here home page, login page, about us. Whenever user clicked on any of the link in the navigation bar, like clicked on login page, so now browser is not going to send a request to the server. So here browser is not going to send a request to the browser. So browser will check its memory and load the login page. So login page will be replaced with this placeholder. All the content of the login page will be replaced with this placeholder. So suppose user click on about us. So again about us page will be loaded from the browser memory instead of sending a request to the server. Suppose if our internet connection lost, in that case as well our application will work. If we are not having an internet connection and all the complete module reside in the browser, in that case our application work correctly without any issue. So now question arises, in case if we need any real-time data, because we are not going to send a request to the server on click on login page, about us. Suppose if we have a page where we need to show the real-time based data, so how single page application work, in that case we are going to use REST APIs. Because Angular is a front-end application, it's not going to contact directly with the database or any repository from where we can get the data. So for that we are going to use REST APIs, which further communicate with our database. Like here we have our DB. So REST API will communicate with database and our application communicate with REST APIs. Suppose we have any page like the user list. So in case we need a user list stored in the database, we are going to request our API to get the data from the database. So now instead of the loading the complete page, because in the response we are not getting the complete user list page again, we are going to just receive the data. So we just need to render the data here in the user list. In this way we are reducing the number of request response part. We are not going to reload the page again and again. So how in this way the single page application work? We will check one real page real application where we will check how the single page application work. Let's check. So this is suppose this is one application which is developed in Angular. Here we have a home page, contact us page. Let's check the network tab as well. I'm going to reload it again. So here we can check we are receiving all these pages, index.html, the complete module is loaded again. So now I'm going to click about works, but nothing in network tab, because we are not going to send a request to the server. If I'm going to click create contact page loaded, but we are not going to send a request to the server. Feedback page, do you want to continue? One pop-up is implemented on this. I'll just cancel that. Click on the home page. Again the contact page. Here again, here we can check that because we have just click on the contact page, we instead of loading the complete page, we are just sending a request to our web API. This is our web API request. We can check in the browser as well. HTTP localhost 300 contact. So here we are just receiving the data instead of getting the complete page. So we are receiving data only, and the browser just reload the data. Okay, I'm just clicking on edit tab. Again, just we are sending a request to our REST API to get the data of 662 ID. We are not going to load the complete frame from the server. So in this way a single page application work. I hope now we are clear with the what is single page application, what is multi-page application, how single page application different from multi-page application. Let's discuss multi-page application first, and later on we will. So now friends, it's time to implement our first Angular application. So before that we need some tools. We have already discussed the prerequisite for the Angular development. So first of all we are going to install Node.js. For the Node.js I am going to open my browser. Here this is the URL nodejs.org. From where you can download the latest version of Node.js. So Node.js website provides the two versions. One is long-term support version and the second one is the current one. So it's always recommended to use the long-term support. So I'm going to download this. Just click on the save button. So I have already downloaded this. I'm going to open this and just double click. Okay. So it's a Node.js setup pop-up will be appear, and just after the few seconds the next button will be enabled automatically. So now you just need to click on next, so it will going to install the Node.js version. Okay, so I have already downloaded, so I am not going to install it again. Let me cancel this. In case if you feel any kind of a challenge, please comment. I will definitely help you to install Node.js. The second one is the code editor. So we are going to use the Visual Studio Code. So for that, this one is a website, the code.visualstudio.com, from where you just download that. So this one is the download for Windows, the stable build. You can download by clicking on the same. I have already downloaded and installed the same. In case if you feel any challenge, please let me know. The latest version is 1.5.7. Okay. So now it's time to create our first Angular application. Let me open new instance of Visual Studio Code. Okay, so we have Visual Studio Code. So as we know, we are going to use Angular CLI, the command line interface, to create our web Angular application, and the other operation will be performed through the command line interface. So for that, Visual Studio Code provides a terminal option. Just click on new terminal. So this is the PowerShell script window. So you can explicitly use the external tool, the PowerShell. So you can use any one of them. So I'm going to use this the terminal. So first of all, let's move to the where you are going to install the first project. So just I'm moving to from the home folder to the LSLWM, which is stand for Let's Start Learning with Me folder. So here I'm going to create my first Angular application. For that we have a command ng space new, and here we have the project name. You can use anyone. Okay. So if you need any kind of help related to the ng new, so we have an option #help. Just enter. So it will give you all the detail related to the ng new, all the other options. Just 1 minute. Here we are getting one warning. Your global Angular CLI version 12.00 is greater than your local version. So I have installed 12.2.5, but the Angular CLI version which is available is a 12.04. So we will discuss how we can remove this warning, or you can say how we can upgrade our Angular CLI version. So here we have all other option: commit, create application, default, directory, dry run, force. Okay, so now I'm going to create our first application with the name sample project. Enter. So after this command, it will ask for few things related to your project. So as you can see, do you want to enforce stricter type checking, stricter bundle budget in the workspace? This is the help to improve the maintainability and catch the bug ahead. So I'm saying no right now. We will discuss what is that. So would you like add Angular routing? We will discuss the Angular routing later on. We will create manually instead of automatic, so that we can understand in better way. So I'm again saying no. So again, it is asking for the what kind of a CSS you are going to use. If you would like to use CSS, CSS, SAS, less. So just I'm move with the CSS only. So now you can see our project creation process started. It will take some time. So I hope you can see this. It is going to install tslink.json, editor config, and other required file. So by default, with the creation of this project, with this command, ng-new, the project name, it is going to create an application as well within that project. So a project is a collection of application, which means that within the single project, you can create a multiple applications. In a similar way, we are using in the back, we are creating one solution, and under the solution we have a multiple projects, might be the library projects or some other one. So in the same way, within that project, we can have multiple application. So in the meantime, the sample project creation is in progress. So I'm requesting you, please like, subscribe my channel and click the bell icon for new updates. So friends, in our next video, we will check the complete Angular structure. As installation is in progress, we will check how we can create the components and what is component. We will discuss all these things in detail. We will definitely discuss the complete the folder structure and individual file in detail in our next video. So please stay home, stay safe, as and please use the COVID protocols, because we are not in that situation to face the third wave. So again, I am requesting, please follow the COVID protocols. Thank you very much, guys.